In the small, isolated village of Ravenswood, nestled deep within a dense, ancient forest, an eerie legend had plagued the residents for generations. It was said that every year, on the night of the blood moon, the whispering tree at the heart of the forest awakened, and those who dared venture too close would be drawn into its sinister embrace. As the ominous night approached, a group of curious teenagers decided to test the legend's validity. Among them was Emily, a fiercely independent girl with a reputation for fearlessness. Her friends, Tim, Sarah, and Jake, gathered in the dim light of Emily's lantern as they huddled near the edge of the forest. The moon hung heavy in the midnight sky, casting an eerie crimson glow that bathed the whispering tree in an unnatural light. The tree's gnarled branches seemed to reach out like skeletal fingers, beckoning the group closer. "This is ridiculous," Tim muttered, his voice trembling with uncertainty. "Don't be such a chicken, Tim," Emily teased, her bravado masking a growing unease. "It's just a legend, right?" The teens took hesitant steps forward, the forest's oppressive silence closing in around them. As they neared the whispering tree, they felt a strange pull, like an invisible force tugging at their very souls. A low, mournful whisper filled the air, barely audible but undeniably present. Emily's lantern flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced upon the tree's bark. "I think we should go back," Sarah stammered, her voice quivering. But before they could react, the ground beneath them trembled, and the whispering tree let out a haunting groan. Its roots twisted and snaked upward, ensnaring the terrified teenagers, their screams drowned out by the cacophonous whispers that now surrounded them. Time lost all meaning as the tree's sinister magic enveloped them. Their memories fragmented, and the forest itself seemed to come alive, its trees and creatures warping into grotesque, nightmarish forms. Emily struggled to maintain her grip on reality, but it slipped through her fingers like water. As the night wore on, the forest released its grip on them, and the teens collapsed to the ground, disoriented and shaken. They found themselves standing before the whispering tree, its branches now swaying gently in the night breeze. "What? What just happened?" Emily gasped, her voice trembling. But there was no answer. The tree had returned to its dormant state, as though nothing had occurred. Confused and terrified, the group staggered back to the village, their memories of the night's events hazy and fragmented. In the days that followed, Ravenswood was plagued by an inexplicable darkness. Crops withered, livestock died, and the once close-knit community descended into madness. The villagers whispered of strange, shadowy figures lurking in the woods and eerie, disembodied voices that echoed through the night. As the months passed, Emily and her friends became pariahs in the village, blamed for the curse that had befallen Ravenswood. They were tormented by nightmares of the whispering tree and the haunting whispers that had consumed them that fateful night. Desperate for answers, Emily and her friends returned to the forest, searching for any trace of the malevolent tree. But it was gone, as though it had never existed. The once familiar landscape had become an unrecognizable labyrinth of twisted trees and shifting shadows. In their search, the group stumbled upon an ancient, tattered journal hidden beneath a gnarled root. Its pages were filled with cryptic warnings and stories of those who had ventured too close to the whispering tree and had never returned. The journal's final entry was chilling. It read, "The whispering tree hungers for souls, and on the night of the blood moon, it awakens to claim its toll. Beware, for once you hear its whispers, your fate is sealed." As Emily and her friends read those ominous words, a distant, mournful whisper filled the air, growing louder and more insistent with each passing second. The forest around them seemed to come alive, and the shadows deepened, blotting out the moonlight. In that moment, they knew the truth. They were not alone. Something ancient and malevolent lurked in the darkness, waiting to claim their souls. And as the chilling whispers closed in around them, Emily and her friends realized that the legend of the whispering tree was all too real, and they had become its latest victims. The forest had devoured them, leaving behind nothing but the haunting echoes of their screams as a warning to all who dared to venture into the heart of Ravenswood's sinister woods.